What they want to do now is put some wind turbines here and build 24,000 homes, and they want to do that in this exact area when we've got plenty of landscape around Wales. So I'm not sure why they want. Well, we know why they want to do it, because they want to try and hide something. Yeah, we'll walk around and we'll be able to see what's in store for us. Yeah, so this is on Llanelith Common Moors. So we're heading up now towards an incline, but as you can see, the surrounding area is quite lumpy, quite bumpy, and but as we look at this area as we're approaching this steady incline, and you'll be able to see why what possibly could have happened when we go on top, when we look at the other side. So it's both sides are built up, and then it dips in the middle, and then we can look either side and we can see what else is in the area. You could see, we can't see it yet, but you'll be able to see Tumbalum, and then we can see the Monmouthshire Valley, we can see Forest of Dean, Trevethyn, and there's lots of different areas we can see from here. Right, now in front of us we can see Pantygasseg village. Beyond that, in the far distance, then we can see Newen. Alongside that, then we can see Langdedford Reservoir, and that area then, which is covering Pontypool, just over there. Then we're going to Usk, and then Monmouthshire, and then we can see Forest of Dean, and even South Gloucestershire and Northern Gloucestershire there as well. Okay, so in the distance now we can see Tumbalum at the top of the mountain, or top of the hill, as we're led to believe, and then we've got the Newbridge, Ystrad, Blackwood area, and in the far distance you can see Swansea and Neath Valleys. And then as we follow the road round, as we follow the round, we go into more into Blackwood, and then we go into the Ebervale valleys, and Blaenau Gwent in the far distance. Now over, you can't actually see it yet, but there's a place, part of this mountain is called St Ilda's, and there was two castles, it's one castle but two towers on that area in St Ildred, and apparently Ildred is a relation to King Arthur. Is he like his nephew, I believe? Maybe wrong on that, but it is definitely his relation. But if you look at this this hill now where we're at, so we've just come up an incline. On the other side is another incline, so it's two inclines on both sides, but so the hill dips in the middle, but then if you look around, then you can see a 360 view of everywhere. And over there, if you're looking towards the Ebervale Valley, see that little dirt track? That's actually a medieval road. That road, you know it's not Roman, because Romans prided themselves on straight from A to B. So anything that's not straight, I think we can safely assume is not Roman. So we'll be able to go over there and have a look at this shortly.
Yeah, as Matthew points out, from up here you can see all the key points across South Wales. It would be a fantastic strategic position for communications, or as a centre point or a strong point, and you can see from the shape as well, something was going on here.
In the far distance.
So you've got that hill there, there's another road come to that one, yeah?
Yeah. So that's coming from there's a medieval road on the opposite side of that hill. It's from the trench. And it's coming straight up, but then it's got a bend to it, and we can have a look at that another time if you like. But then this road then supposedly come all the way down the mountain, went all the way through Pantygasseg, and then all the way towards Llanelith. That forest has got a lot of significance in. I found a lot of stone that's been cut out at right angles, and when we see the stones, you'll be able to see that these are not natural. It's not just that, is the medieval roads. There's one, as I said, near the Ebervale Valley. There's another one which may have been joining on from there's another two actually over there. And then when we walk around there, around that little forest, you'll be able to see how many stones have been cut out, how many right angles there are.
And then those evergreens.
Yes.
What a surprise.
Yeah. So that's Lanarth Common Moors over there. So you can see the mountain taking a steady incline, and then all of a sudden there's a steeper incline, and that rises up and then drops back down the middle, and then the same the other side.
And that's where we walked just earlier, is it?
Yes, that's where we walked earlier. But if you look on Google Maps, Google Earth, sorry, you can see around the outside there's a ridge all the way around, which I'll show shortly. But yeah, it doesn't look natural. What's going on? It looks like something's been hidden there. Like.
All right, so taking up Matthew with his suggestion there, and looking at Pantygasseg. I've a lot of trouble saying for some reason. Pantygasseg, which well, we talk about the area. There's the River Severn, or the Severn Estuary, which is incredibly important to British history. It's totally underrepresented. People talk about the Thames and things. This is the main river. In ancient times, even Industrial Revolution, you look at places like Iron Bridge, you know, at Telford's first Iron Bridge, and the first Industrial Revolution started. It's all on the Severn. This is the estuary to get to the rest of the world. It's where all the resources are, alongside minerals and things. It's crucial. And also incredibly high tidal levels and a soft underside, which is important. Because when the ships settle, when the tide goes out, they settle gently, you don't break up their hulls. But that's a side point. Anyway, so there's Pantygasseg, South Wales. So we're going to zoom in. Alright, let's get that in the middle. Now, the first thing to notice, we're going to go to Llanilleth later as well. That'll be in the next video, where you've got Owen's Mounds, and there's an old church, and there's some stories there. Very interesting, and you'll notice where this is, I want you to look at. Because this valley is the crucial one that we've looked at many times for the really ancient stuff. This is where we've gone with Bob Evans. So St. Illtyd's up on the hill here. And this is like the sort of Welsh Valley of the Kings. We follow this all up to Clydach. And this whole area around here is where you got the megalithic building work. Garndyffaith is nearby. All these place names are important. Varteg, Abersychan. And amazingly, if you haven't followed it before, Steve Willett's work, they fit on the ancient Babylonian zodiac names. I know it's bizarre. If you haven't seen it, go and have a look. These names are important, like Aberbeeg, another important one. And I'm sure Pantygasseg is as well. So it's not an easy place to find. And even on here you can see this is a big hill. This is a good old drive up here. So it's near Pontypool. I didn't know this area existed even. And it's absolutely spectacular. Currently unspoilt, although there's threat that all this is going to become houses and wind farm. What can you do? Sorry, I've stolen Matthew's thunder a bit there, but we'll come on to that. So this is the lane. So the main high street through Pantygasseg, which is about 2 streets. So, sorry, to give you some bearings, sorry, Pontypool, it's near Pontypool, which is quite a big town to find. So it's the land of the steel men, you know, furnaces, that kind of thing. Right, so we come on this lane, the only lane going through it, heading sort of west. Fork in the road. You can park your cars around here. That's what we did anyway, there's loads of space. And then walk up. Now, just checking which area Matthew's referring to, because we walked up this first bit, and immediately you see this is kind of a levelled off platform. Could be natural, could be man-made. And then we got this further area with the sort of ditch and everything around it. But I think so you're supposed to see the 3D on this earth here. You see this area, and it's got like what Matthew spotted is around the edge. It's elevated. It's like some sort of bank or wall or something, and it comes slightly in at the bottom. And the other thing I've spotted, go on Google Earth, the grass and everything here seems completely different. It's all this sort of natural, fertile, green areas, and then suddenly sort of grey colour. Very strange. So if anyone's got any ideas or input on what this is, because you'll see, well, the views from there are fantastic. Look across to Gloucester, Somerset, down the valley towards Swansea, Brecon. This is a key spot. And you see all these names around here, all very important for the ancient history. So, yeah, well done, Matthew, and thank you for inviting me across, because I've looked at this a few times now since I've been putting the video together, and it gets more interesting every time, I have to say. And what we'd like to do, we're going to do is walk across here as well. It's a bit of a yomp, but well worth it. Go back to the video. I think I've talked too much already. Yeah, so we're going to be yomping over to that forest over there to have a closer look. I have to admit, Matthew does look in considerably better shape than me. He looks good to go a few rounds as he is now, never mind years ago. And you'll also see some rather tragic news. A lot of this area is up for housing development. So you're thinking these are being placed rather than being bed natural rock?
Me, I'm not sure. This might just be a coincidence because there's a natural quarry around the corner. Yeah. So I thought it'd be important to just show you just in case, because you'll have more of an idea than what I've got on this. But
it's either back to bedrock,
yeah,
which it could well be, but you know, you've got these well-worn stones further out as well. So I don't know. I don't know if it's back to bedrock or if it's not quite cobbles, is it?
No. So for several years, a lot of people in the Pantygasseg village were campaigning, trying to prevent the old quarry being opened back up. They wanted to open them back up, and they wanted to like take down all these trees and then completely desolate the landscape, and then cut down or make a track through for the moors and cut down the side of the mountain. Thankfully, enough people kept protesting. Try and prevent it. Now that's been quashed. However, because it was being quashed because I think it was like 20% of the 15-20% of the stones might have been useful, but then most of it would have been slag. Now what they want to do now is put some wind turbines here and build 24,000 homes, and they want to do that in this exact area when we've got plenty of landscape around Wales. So I'm not sure why they want. Well, we know why they want to do it, because they want to try and hide something that
24,000.
Yeah, which is significant. But yeah, we'll walk around and we'll be able to see what's in store for us.
As we go up the hill, usual depressing sight of these same stupid trees falling over, snapping, uprooted. It's not suitable, they're just here, well, as far as I can see, to hide and destroy. Look at that. There's not enough soil here for trees. Stop doing it. The land here is naturally boggy, and as we know from the ban on peat compost, it's excellent at carbon capture. It doesn't need trees. Jesus. Wales has been destroyed before our very eyes, and this is before the houses and turbines go up. First of all, these terrible trees, which are not suitable. And what we really want to know is what's in here, you know, is this is a crucial part of ancient Wales's history here. Completely hidden and about to be destroyed if we're not careful. Yeah, so as you go further into it, we're starting to see these large squared off stones that Matthew was talking about. Lots of them, but the trees are thrown all over the place, they're out of line. They're not natural outcrops. They're definitely being worked, and it'd be so great to be able to plot them all and work out what was here. A bit like Garndiffaith and Asgarn Woods. Yeah. A couple of things strike you when you come here, apart from these amazing stones around the place. Listen. It's completely quiet. These forests are dead. You can hear my voice echoing around the hill here. You go to a normal wood with broadleaf trees, it's deafening. If you don't go in woods very often, maybe you don't realise just how noisy they are. All the birds chirping away, the life, the activity, you know, animals scurrying about, looking to see if you can see the beaver dens, you know, the lodges and the cathedrals, that kind of stuff. Listen here. I can hear one bird, and that's about it. This is death by trees. At the bottom, there's no undergrowth. You just get a covering of these needles which kill everything. That's why you have pine disinfectants and stuff, you know? They're designed to kill. Wow, I just had a bee go past me. That's about the first insect I've seen as well. Dreadful, isn't it? Absolutely dreadful. Yep, silent. This is dead. This is not ecological. This isn't helping the environment. Well, I was filming that. I'm assuming Tim and Matthew went that away. So I get fit, I'm the one who has to run up behind and catch up. Oh, look at this, look at this. There's a hole, this is just like Lascarn wood. Or bits of Gandifite. Giant boulders here. Well, not even boulders really, are they? I mean, who knows, they look shaped. They look like this could have been something. There's sort of mounds there. Who can tell with all these trees on them? Ah, drives you mad. Oh well, we'll be houses soon. We'll have to worry about it. So you can see some sort of quarrying's been here. Like, I mean, it's not like modern or recent. Not sort of great big dynamited sites that you see these days. Yeah. Look at these bad boys. Makes you laugh when you hear the story that was it the Romans supposed to have built Cardiff Castle and brought the stones over from blinking France? I mean, it must be mad if they did. I mean, that really is a bonkers idea, isn't it? Wales is full of stones, take your pick. These have either been quarried and just left for some reason. A lot of effort not to do anything with them afterwards. Always strikes me when people say that. Some nice edges there. Or it's naturally outcropping, in which case they've been thrown around a bit, because a lot of them, well, they're all over, they're tumbled, aren't they? They've been thrown around somehow.
Yep.
I love fun stones like this one. Very triangular. I mean, it's only a small one. If we all get too excited, we find a pyramid or something. But these mounds look almost exactly the same as Lascarn wood now. They, you got the mounds, you got the stones. Oh, it'd be wonderful to do a proper survey of this, wouldn't it?
It's not.
Well, that's the problem, you can't tell, can you? It might just be quarry spill. But the more modern quarries aren't really here. It's supposed to be further up. And why would you go to the effort of quarrying all these stones and not using them either? Here we are. Could be industrial. Problem is, we just don't know, do we? Problem is, impossible to tell now. I mean, no wall's going to survive that, really. I guess all, he's just going to fall down and they can rip them out. Yeah, who knows. The only thing for sure is they'll make a mess of it. Two interesting stones there. Again, note the silence. Just say I'm not making it up. You know, there's noise, all right? Now listen. Nothing. Oh, into the depths. I'm going to leave a trail of breadcrumbs to get back out again. So no birds are going to eat the breadcrumbs. Oh, there's one little bird here somewhere. Now, here we go. This is a strange thing to bump into in the wood, and I don't mean Tim and Matthew. Look at this bad boy.
Subscriber, that might be recent, this might be recent though.
All right, right on the other side, we've got another big stone over there. And suddenly we've got a line of stones, if you look.
It's got 7 on there.
If you look, there's suddenly a line of stones going down there, aren't there? Here we go, so it was a very nice stone. I think the engravings. Unfortunately, someone's been up here and done that recently. Maybe that's 1970 or something. Could be some more interesting ones here before though.
Problem is, despite what conventional historians like to tell you about Roman statues that have been supposedly standing around for 2,000 years and still to see every detail, the eyebrows and perfect faces, stones left outside do lose definition. I know it's damper here than Rome, but you can tell if something's thousands of years old or hundreds of years old. You can see here something was probably carved similar to this. I know it's just so soft you can hardly see it, even this is disappearing. If that was done 1970 as it looks, here we are, the 9. Already the 9 is almost gone. What's that, 51 years ago. You can already see it eroded. I realise this is not a scientific experiment, so we could put that there yesterday, but you get the idea. It's a good job I don't scare easy, because I'm left alone in this... The other two just suddenly disappeared. In this silent, dead, creepy wood with the big stones. Amazing how quiet it is. Alright, so deep into the wood now. I can't help getting the feeling that if these trees were in here, I don't know, it could be mounds, anything, couldn't it really? It's the right part. Oh. See, I just slipped in some needles, they're really deep, they hide a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, here we got some proper big squared off blocks.
Just look at this, Ross. It's just I don't know if it's a bit of lichen on it or it's a different stone setting. No, it's lichen.
I think it's the lichen, I think, isn't it? What do any of us know? This is a problem, isn't it? You can't get any information on this because this started like more of a pattern here, isn't it? You know, the big stone there, another one there.
Yeah, so thank you to Matthew. He spent years walking around these hills. He's got loads more information about it. We're going to go next, just a couple of miles away to Llanhilleth, and we'll see there the famous old church with a fascinating story, plus the Mound of Owen is there as well. And don't forget, all of this, these trees are destroying it now, the roots are taking away the traces, and before long, this could all become a housing estate with wind turbines. So get involved, Britain's Hidden History Project. Please help us to try and save these things, or at least record them, photograph and film them for future generations. There's a live show, as you know, every Sunday, 8 PM. Please come along, 8 o'clock UK time, discussing these kind of issues, all about the history, latest news, updates for the projects, because more and more people are doing more and they're making their own channels, they're writing, they're researching, they're getting in touch. This is really getting somewhere now. So you can see we've got the tops of mountains, the bottoms of caves, looking for information. Why is there a lion's stone, Stone of Judah, in a field in South Wales? What about these massive walls with the great stones that are being deliberately destroyed by the councils? And how is it you can take the Welsh language, go all the way back to Egypt, and it can read hieroglyphs? More clues about the migration's history being hidden from us. They say it's Britain's hidden history now. We're revealing it. Before too long, it might become Britain's destroyed history. So if you want to become a Patreon supporter or just buy a book, or help just share and like the video, and help the channel to promote this information for as many as possible.